Gaffer, FA Cup this weekend, Spennymoor Town away. How excited are you for this one?
Very. It's a real big game for the football club. We're really excited, especially the form we've been in recently. We obviously want to continue that, keep the momentum going. We know, it's going to be a tough game. They're good at home. They score a lot of goals at home, or there's a lot of goals scored. I think because the pitch is very tight. I think it's. We actually marked it out today. That's how meticulous we kind of look into these things. It's real tight, and I think that's why a lot of set pieces are scored there, long throws, corners, etc. So, we have to make sure we're on the ball with that. And I know there's going to be a big crowd there, raucous crowd. We're taking a lot of fans there as well. So it's going to be the FA Cup's brilliant. I can't wait for it. It's a great occasion, and look, we'll try and continue what we've done the last few weeks, and win a game of football.
You just touched on there this sort of round of the competition, pitching against grounds which are tight, which are congested. How does that almost force out the mentality of the players and the fire to want it on these smaller pitches?
Yeah, sort of mentality, emotional control. Emotional control has been pretty poor really in the last couple of games. We've a couple of sendings off, which has affected us not just for that game, but affects us. With players missing games, and we've touched on that all this week really. And mindset on Tuesday, I thought was brilliant in terms of our application to go and win it. There was nothing on the game. So we had to make sure our mindset was right, and it was. So I thought we were very good, especially second half. And it's going to be exactly the same on Saturday. We have to be ready for. It's going to be hotly contested. It's going to be manic at times, especially being a really tight pitch, a ground that the fans are going to be on top of you. They're going to be, like I said, raucous. By the way, I went there last week. There are fantastic people up there, real nice people, backroom staff. The staff at Spennymoor are real nice people. So we're looking forward to going there, but obviously ultimately we're there to win. We know, like I said before, we know how much of a big game it is for the football club. Individually, it's a great platform for everybody. I've got experience with Banbury playing Barrow a few years ago when we're on TV in the first round. So I know how big these occasions are, and we need to make sure we're bang at it and ready from kick-off.
Yeah, just touching back on Tuesday night's win over Forest under 21s, it gave a couple of players a chance to get back into the starting 11. Looked like some Mike making his first start for the club, and others. How pleased were you with Tuesday night's game?
Yeah, very pleased. I think it just shows how far we've come in the last couple of months in terms of injuries all coming back. I know we lost Tom. Hopefully won't be too long. But other than that, we're getting injuries back together. Got Jack Earing not far away, Naz not far away. So we're getting players back fit, and it was another opportunity to get players minutes. Thought Mike did really well till he cramped up 75th minute. The rest got real good minutes into it. Charlie McCann making obviously minutes. Scotty Regan and he's done really well as well. Kano starting. So there was loads of good bits to come out of the game, let alone the result and the performance, especially second half. It was a really good night for us, wanting to keep that momentum going from the previous weeks, and I think that's one unbeaten in 8 now. So, fantastic turnaround, but we want to keep it going. We haven't achieved anything yet. That 15th spot, we can never seem to leave that 15th spot in the league. So we have to keep building. The league's tight. But it's really important to keep that momentum going on to Saturday, which we know, is a big game.
You touched on it before, but obviously the FA Cup's a massive competition, and it means so much to so many people, including yourself, which you mentioned in recent weeks. Just how big is it for the club and for the fans and the players as well?
It's massive. It doesn't just start the third round when the big boys come in. Look, there's been plenty of stories already from, I think it starts in July, 8th qualifier all the way through. So there's been loads of stories already. It just shows how big the competition is, and to be involved in it and to play in it like I had done as a player. I was very fortunate to play in some big games, getting a replay against Arsenal at the Emirates and beating higher teams. So I know how he built a stand at Banbury. You know what I mean? When we played Barrow a few years ago, it was on Sky TV. It funded a stand for the football clubs. It just shows how important that is. The money it generates, the platform it generates. Like for me personally, that platform that it generated for me. for the players as well. And it'll be exactly the same on Saturday. It's a fantastic competition that we have to protect at all costs. We can't have the big wigs at the top of the tree ruining it or changing it, because this is our competition. We love it that much. It's all the way down through the pyramid, all the way upwards. Everyone's involved in it, from volunteers to the highest paid. It's a competition for all, and we want to be in it as long as we can. And that starts on Saturday. Look, we know it's going to be a really tough game, but we're desperately looking forward to.
Yeah, we're going to be backed by, at the moment, upwards of 500 fans, potentially a few more over the next day or so. Just how important are they going to be to get behind the lads this weekend?
Well, it's brilliant. I think that just shows Barrow fans travel extremely well anyway. The support we've had recently has been exceptional. But again, that just shows the competition, how important it is that we've got 500, 600, 700 fans following us on Saturday away from home. And I'm delighted with that. I'm really looking forward to the game. The atmosphere is going to be great. Old school FA Cup tie, and one hopefully our fans will enjoy.
Thanks, Gaffer.
Top man.